Hey everybody, it's day 20 of the 90-day Evolving Out Loud challenge, and um, it's been a busy day and a good day, and mostly it's just been getting things done. I went for my first drive ever with my child, who is 15 and a half and learning how to drive. It was exciting to see him in this very grown up situation, and honestly, I can say that I'm very proud of him because he did awesome. And I just wrote a post to someone in our group, but I thought it would be an interesting piece to tell you to. I was thinking the other day about the fact that I have a teaching credential, and it's kind of a strange story. I was going to university. Sound very English. Going to university. I was finishing up my college degree. I got a degree in economics with a minor in business, thinking I would go into business. And somewhere in my senior year, I kind of like lost my way. And the economics department was trying to get me to go get my master's, and I didn't want to do that at all. And I was working with kids, and everybody was telling me how wonderful I was with kids. And one of my really good friends was getting her teaching credential, and I just decided to go get my teaching credential. And it was a crazy decision because my mom was a teacher, and I knew what it was like, and I knew I didn't want to do it. I knew the politics and the parents and all of that was just more than I wanted to deal with. But just lost all of that, and in my fear, in my something, went and got my teaching credential. The really interesting piece of that whole puzzle, and nothing, I subbed for a year and a half after I got my credential, and while I was getting my credential, so really more like 2 years, but I never had my own classroom. And then I went into business and spent the next 15 years running a nonprofit. The interesting piece of that, and I've often just shaken my head and thought, what a waste of money, what a waste of time, and especially now that I can really say, this is what I've been put on earth to do. What I've been put on earth to do is to teach choice theory, to teach that each and every one of us has a choice every single moment, every single day, of how we are going to be in the world, how we are going to react, whether we're going to be happy, whether we're going to be sad, whether we're going to lay in bed, or whether we're going to get up and do our stuff. And there's obviously external factors at work, but there's always a choice, even if it's just your attitude. And I know that this is what I'm called to teach. And I would not have even known about this theory except for I was exposed to this amazing master teacher who gave me this book At the time, it was called control theory, which I think was probably a poor choice, so they've changed it to choice theory. But it was by a man named Dr. William Glasser. It was hard for me to understand. I knew that it was powerful. I could see it work for my master teacher. I could see it work in how he dealt with kids. They sent the troublesome kids to our classroom for him to talk to. It obviously worked, but it was a really hard thing to put into place when you're in Toomey. And so it fits, and I've been living my life in this way, and I have people call me a Pollyanna and an eternal optimist, but the fact is that I'm actually very, very much a realist. But I choose to look for the positive. I choose to take steps towards where I want to go. I choose not to waste my energy getting mad if it's not going to do any good. Now, don't get me wrong, sometimes getting pissed off is the right choice. I am very realistic when it comes to this stuff. But the whole point of my story is that year that I spent getting my teaching credential and the year and a half that I subbed afterwards could be thought of as wasted time, except I wouldn't know the theory that I know that I've been put on earth to teach if I hadn't done it. So how can it be a waste of time? And that just kind of makes you think about what the universe is throwing at you and what you're getting out of it. And I think sometimes we have to go through some things that don't make a whole lot of sense, a weird and windy path to get to where we're going. And it doesn't mean that we're not getting somewhere wonderful. We can always learn something along the path. So that's day 20 for me. I will talk to you tomorrow. Hope you're all coagulating and exercising and meditating and making videos and whatever else you decided to do on your 90-day challenge with the same gusto that you started with, and sending you lots of warm and loving energy, and I'll talk to you tomorrow night. Night.